Hello, and welcome to a travel vlog of the south of England. We had a lot of fun in Waytown, which is where our friend Joey and her husband Peter are living, and it's the type of place where instead of a street address, you have a cottage name, which was really fun to find out, especially because I took that address off a bit of post, and they will eventually get some coffee in the mail from me. They don't know when it's coming, but it will eventually show up, and they will wonder where it came from. This is the type of place that has roads so tiny that one car can go on them. That's why there's these pullouts every once in a while. And I thought, when I'd seen Joey previously walking the dogs in videos, she was on a track. It's the actual road. We did find, however, some lovely places where you can take and leave a book from, which obviously made me very happy. We walked into Bridport a couple of times. It's about an hour-long walk. It was actually pretty lovely, I must say. And there was lots of stuff along the way that just looked really neat. I really liked this tiny little bridge, although it always scared me that a car was going to come around the corner and we were going to have to decide whether or not to be on the bridge. But you get over that fear pretty quickly once you know which side of the road to walk on and all the etiquette. We also took a day and went to West Bay, walked all the way there, and you might know it from a certain TV show starring David Tennant. That's definitely why I know West Bay anyway. It was actually a very, very lovely little fishing village, and I would have absolutely loved to spend more time there because it was just so cute. The beaches were absolutely lovely, and it was just such a nice day out. It was actually pretty great to just chill out, walk slowly along the promenade, check out the scenes, and then of course we had to check out some cream tea, because cream tea, as it turns out, is just a delicious Dorset tradition, and I don't understand why more people don't do it. It's honestly just scones with clotted cream, which is not necessarily a thing I should be having, but then also jam, which is totally a thing I can have. So I don't understand why people don't do it more often. We also went to Beaminster, which only had one little bit of footage to it. Back in Waytown, that post box is actually something that Peter, one of our hosts, has painted before, and he's an absolutely fantastic artist, so I'll make sure to include links down below. We also went to the local cidery, which is just absolutely delightful. We actually tried the cider for the first time in Canada because Joey and Peter brought it back with them, and we had to go to the source and check out their little tasting room and sit there having a couple of flights each of the cider because it was so nice. I hope that you're enjoying this very fantastic and calming music, because that's how I felt in England. Also, the cider dog just kind of hopped on my lap. These are Joey and Peter's dogs, confusingly named Joey and Whiskey. Joey came with the name, so that's how that happened. We also took a trip up to Golden Cap, which is a beautiful hilltop area where you drive up part of it and you walk up the rest of it. And it's absolutely beautiful views, which you're going to see very soon. However, I did get some footage of going through the little town to get there, and then Chad, unbeknownst to me, also took footage from the back of the car, so some of that is included here. There's also going to be footage later in this vlog that Joey took, and her camera is way nicer than mine, so you'll definitely be able to tell the shots that were taken by her instead of by me. Whiskey and Jojo absolutely love just hanging out in the back of the car and going on trips and then going for walkies, because what dog doesn't, honestly? It was such a gorgeous area and absolutely wonderful day to go on an adventure, although I did end up not wanting to walk into a dog, and the other option was falling into a bramble bush, so that definitely happened, and I still have scars all over the one leg, but hopefully those will heal up pretty soon. I love the little handstands that Jojo does when he's peeing. It's hilarious. this area was pretty steep, so I was definitely doing some sweating while we went up there, but it was 100% worth it. The views were absolutely stunning, and of course bringing the cute dogs along also helps. We only met a few people while we were up there, so we mostly had the place to ourselves, which was kind of lovely. It was also funny to see Scottish broom everywhere because that is a weed back home. It's an invasive species, so it's fun to see it in the UK, even though I am allergic to it somewhat. You could also just see for miles upon miles upon miles down the coast. And I loved that you could get a 360-degree view from the top of Golden Cap, and for the most part my camera cooperated in getting that footage. And then of course, what goes up must come down. We also went to an area called Lyme Regis, which was lovely. We stopped in and had some breakfast. I had this amazing vegan breakfast that was just full of everything I've ever wanted. Other people had cream tea with little sandwiches, because we are now obsessed with cream tea, as one should be. I was very happy with my fry-up. I didn't think I was going to be able to find much while we were traveling for food, and so far I found lots while we've been traveling. I also found one of Jean's books, two of Jean's books actually, in the wild, and got really excited in this bookstore. And then we decided to go down to the beach because it stopped raining and the wind wasn't absolutely terrible, and it was 100% worth it because we got so many cool shots. And then of course, because we're all nerds and we all take videos of things, we were simultaneously taking videos of each other, because that's just how it goes when you get creative types all out at the same time. I honestly would love to go back here during warm weather, because it would be so nice just to sit and have a picnic and watch the waves come in and out. It's just such a glorious location. And thanks again, Joey, for getting a bunch of really cute footage of me being adorable in the wind. I really appreciate you. There were so many little huts that you could rent, and there were actually some people sitting in one of them. It's got a little bench in it, and they just had the doors open. We're sitting there with their thermoses of tea, so they were undercover in case anything happened, but they were out of the wind, which was nice. Here's Chad walking back from the pub after finding a place to wee. And here's a random dog that decided it needed Joey to throw a ball. I really enjoyed that the light posts had fossils on them, because Lyme Regis is known for fossils, and they had this really cute bench where you could sit and have a chat with people, which I thought was adorable. Here's me absolutely messing up what Chad was trying to do, which was take photos of this plant. And we also, of course, went into a very, very cool overstuffed bookstore and found so many weird things. I highly recommend, if you're ever in the area, going into this bookstore, because you will spend hours just wondering about what is there and how every little weird item got there. It's also fun walking around places with Pete, because he is the tallest of men, and it's really funny to see him in smaller locations sometimes. This door didn't open, and it was weird. I just liked the effect that the light coming through the window made. I took this shot. This was a section under a staircase where it didn't really look like you were meant to go there, but you definitely could. And then, of course, when I extracted myself from the weird little section next to the staircase, which I could barely fit through, I found a friend. And we were both recording because that's who we are as people. It was Vlogception. The sci-fi section has this collection of lava lamps, which is fitting, and I also found a bunch of Furbies, which is not even the weirdest thing in the shop, I'm sure. Hi, Joey. I enjoyed the random portrait of Agatha Christie in her book section. Joey likes to honk horns and scare people, and that's what happened to Peter in this shot. We also went to Axminster to go to the Waffle House, which was absolutely worth the drive. My goodness, this place was absolutely delightful. It's a community house, so all of the money goes back into the community. The waffles were delicious. They have many different types of waffles. If you're ever in Axminster, definitely go to the Waffle House. They also make things gluten-free, and they can also make things vegan, which I appreciated and Joey appreciated when it comes to the gluten-free side of things. They also have video games, so we were all playing this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game, and I can't say that we were really good at it, but we did have a lot of fun button mashing and just trying to get all of those rival ninjas off our back and collect all of the pizza you could ever manage, because that's really just the point of the game. And then one final dog walk to Netherbury, and I can't believe I didn't get more footage, but that was the end of our time in the south of England. I hope you enjoyed this format of travel vlog. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see for the next one, and I will try to tweak things as we go. I'm honestly just sitting on the floor recording this as I watch the footage. See you next time. Bye.